My name is Umut Ersaraç. So I'm here in this great country and great city under the name of Playgate Ventures. So I'm the one of the member of the investment committee. And Playgate Ventures established last year, mid-June, July. And we are investing mainly to the gaming studios, game developers and game publishers. We started our operations in Turkey, but in the upcoming months and next year, we will start to invest the other countries and first of all this area and then the EMEA and then also all around the world.
Thank you for showing the background information for us. And I want to ask you, what key factors do you look for when investing in a gaming startup?
Okay, so this is kind of interesting question because basically we need to talk about the basics of, what is the venture capital, VC, and versus the publisher. So most of the studios and startups are kind of mixing these two different organizations. So basically publishers are mostly focusing on the video games of the studios. So because they would like to earn money from one game or two games and then that's all. So this is why the startups, if they are visiting or focusing on publishers, they need to focus on their games. But when it comes to VCs, it's more different because venture capitals are kind of looking at the studios on a long term. So if a studio would like to go a pitch deck to a venture capital, they must focus on their studio, their team, their projects in general, and also their financials, their future plans. So what we are looking in basically the team structure, the studio, and most of the time are the preparation and the passion of the studio. So this is what I can say, in general.
Okay, and how do you evaluate the potential of a game concept versus the team behind it?
Okay, so by the way, I'm playing games more than 35 years. So and also I write game reviews, previews. So from my perspective, I can understand. And if I would like to talk about my perspective, the game, if I'm playing a game, I'm getting enjoyment from it. I really liked it, and I continue to play it. So from the concept perspective, yes, you can create great visuals, perfect, sound design, or maybe even a gameplay could be the best in the world. But if it's not enjoyable for me, I won't buy, I won't play. I'm not going to mention it anywhere. So the first thing is, from the conceptual perspective, it should be enjoyable. For example, if you're developing a game and if you don't like your game, how I can like it? So this is the most important part. And from the other part, from the investment perspective, as I said, we are not just only focusing on the game, but we are focusing on the team and their mindset. And if there is, previous experiences with a company who get an investment or maybe successful game design or a successful team with a successful atmosphere. So this could be a key point for us before the investment. Okay.
And what opportunities do you see in emerging markets like Central Asia for game development?
So this is a great question. I'm Turkish originally, and I was in the industry like more than 20 years. So basically, I remember our first days in Turkey. It's like the same that we are having in this area. There are startups, university students. They are trying to create something influential using cultural aspects and this kind of stuff were similar. 50 years ago in our country. So this is, but at that time, we don't have the generative AI. We don't have the lots of mentors like you do right now. And also, as I can see, multinational companies are already in Uzbekistan. So this is a great opportunity. And also, if I remember the number right, I think more than half of your population is really young. So they are productive, they have the energy. So this is why, this area has the potential for game development and also the animation and the other technologies in this creative world. So this is a great advantage.
Well, would Playgate Ventures consider investing in indie studios from Uzbekistan or a neighborhood country?
So basically, right now we started to evaluate studios from Turkey, as I mentioned, primarily. But today I'm gonna visit all the booths in here, and I will have several discussions with the studios in here. So we are always open to evaluate. But from the operational perspective, we need to discuss with the studios because, investing in a studio must be done. There are some legal and financial stuff must be done because it should be a company. But my main focus is visit everywhere in this area. Look at the ideas, look at the game mechanics and the studios itself, by the way. And if there is something promising, I'm transferring them to my team in Turkey, and they will evaluate what's going to happen, and they will continue on the process.
Oh, okay.
I cannot say yes, I cannot say no, so it's kind of in the middle of right now.
Yes, you're in dilemma.
Yeah, but as I said, I'm not saying anything no. I'm doing any rejection. If there is someone who would like to talk with me, they can reach out to me on LinkedIn. And I can give you my email, and you can also put my email address under this, post.
Of course. And lastly, I want to ask you actually, how do you think AI will impact game design and production in the next 5 years?
Okay, this is a great question. So, gaming industry is a really interesting industry. So when you look at it, starts around 1950s, and then it becomes really popular 70s, 80s, 90s, and now we are here. So AI was already there, and we always use AI in our games. If you are playing a first-person shooter game, all the bots are using AI. But right now we are talking generative AI.
Yeah.
So if we are, so for example, right now there are really great studios are working on the animation and 3D creation, 3D animation creation. And they are using AI, and this will really affect the production timeline, could be faster. But while you are playing a game, especially if you are playing PC console games, you are getting a feeling from that game. And the feeling is coming with the artistic parts of it. So this is art, this is music, this is sound, and the story itself. Yes, you can get a help from generative AI. This is what I think. But in the future, I don't think that they will, generative AI took our jobs and it will go there. I think it's not fully possible. There will be always an admin. There will be always a creator behind generative AI engines. So this is what I think. But yes, it's going to affect the processors. Maybe we will see more faster production timelines. But it's not gonna steal our jobs or change everything from the scratch. But it's helping right now.
Yeah, we should use it right, you mean?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking your time.
Thank you very much for listening.